Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. In on the tackle there, Ray Nitschke, and his heyday, it was before my day, it was before your day, but he was something else.
Look, I can still see that 6'6" on his jersey and him rattling.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Goff. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning, and I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by a 14-time Pro Bowl quarterback, twice a Super Bowl champion as well from the University of Tennessee. It's Peyton Manning.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Again, it's Henry. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Manning. Here's a diving catch right side. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Henry trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll give Henry another shot. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now we get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. There's Goff. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. This is fielded at the 27. That one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Henry again on second down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Yeah, Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Manning indeed going for it on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Manning now on 1st down. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. After the interception, here's Goff. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Now it's Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. McCaffrey on the counter. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On play action, it's Manning. Got a man, it's Jerry Rice. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Manning now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
The line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Manning. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jerry Rice in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here we go.
Now a play fake. Manning. That's down the field for Jefferson. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there from Seattle. 69 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. McCaffrey will take this into the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and it pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessful.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Chris Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Taken in at the 22. A great return there of 22 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Delay of game, offense.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Gets around him. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 45. 66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. They'll run it again with Henry. a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter play. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Henry up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, Henry. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. On third down and short and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Chris Jones getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he'll find Hall. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here is third and quite a ways.
Goff now looks to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
2nd and 10.
Manning looking to throw it.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. To throw, it's Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Into the red zone now. Manning. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. The touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Miami set to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Goff on first down. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And taken right on the 30.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offense.
It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Good job there. Pretty simple. The hole was created. Runner just darted right through.
Yeah, that's the kind of play teams are looking for to have some success early in a ball game. If you're an offensive play caller, you mark that run down. Make sure you keep coming back to it throughout the game until they stop it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete to Ward. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling it.
And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll drop to throw.
Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts.
Touchdown, Eagles! Kyle Pitts, 27 yards.
And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Jake Moody now for the point after.
He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive.
They'll be led out by a 14-time Pro Bowl quarterback, twice a Super Bowl champion as well from the University of Tennessee. It's Peyton Manning.
And his task in this situation is making sure this team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down. Delay of game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down. Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still second down. Delay of game, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
On play action. Now Manning. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
Back near the goal line. Here's Manning.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Manning to throw for it on fourth. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
17 yards. First down, Eagles.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! From 21 yards away.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on fourth down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Tries for Rice, intercepted.
And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And out across midfield, down to the 45. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. But they only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Inside handoff, Henry. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Manning. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
His pass caught with the 4. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Now Manning again. And in
for the Steelers. Touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Steelers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. An option handoff given to Sanders. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Another run with Sanders. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now the Steelers down 14-7. A minute 25 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Manning. Wide open. Gronkowski. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
And this is one of those gotta-have-it drives. You can't start much better than that. Big yardage there. And just as important, he's able to get out of bounds. And now, that changes everything.
Now Manning. Down to the 10. That one caught by Rice. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Manning. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Gronkowski from 8 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
Pass complete to Ward.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dancing to his left.
At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now the ball comes loose.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So it's the Steelers who will have the first chance to go down and score here in overtime as we are back underway.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And now out come the Steelers. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry. Good move at the 30. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's Manning to throw. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Again to Henry. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Manning now to throw. Now he's flushed out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Oh, he fakes a spike. And that'll be caught. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Manning. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the wing column.
An excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard work